Are you guys seeing me clearly on YouTube, on Facebook? I'm trying to see why the colors are not too clear on Facebook. All right, hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. How are you doing? If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. So BBN Phyna is in the news. You know, here we talk about everything and anything that is in the news. By the way, I want to say this about bloggers. Many bloggers are contributing to the problems on the ground by misrepresenting any available news just to catch trends. So we've got to be extremely careful. Hey, we've got to be extremely careful with how we spread narratives. I want to talk about this. By the way, I went into Instablog, usual, my morning rounds, read the newspapers, read everything that's available, and I saw this story about Phyna. It says, her father says, I haven't seen Phyna, my daughter, since she won BB Niger Level Up edition last year. She hasn't returned home since then. I don't know why. I'm a professional hearse driver, and when she won the reality TV show, she asked me to do away with my old cars, promising to change my life. But since then, I haven't seen her, and I don't have a car again. Once in a while, the vice chairman of our association would allow me to drive his own car. I sold all my 4 cars because at the time my daughter won the show. I thought God had finally answered our prayers. I called her on the telephone and she said God has blessed us. She asked me to do away with all my old cars or she would give them out to Aboki any day she returned. So instead of allowing her to dash out my cars to scavengers, I decided to sell them as scrap and use the proceeds to renovate my house. And that was the beginning of my suffering. I've stopped doing my business because I had no car again. And my neighbors thought I was either stingy or pretending as if my daughter had just won 100 million naira grand prize. I was the vice chairman of our association. I was the vice chairman of our association, but when I couldn't show up at our station for some time, they replaced me with another person. From the moment things started getting tough for me, I even looked for somebody that would give me a car on hire purchase. I need help. It has come to that point. I don't want to buy in silence. This was what the 68-year-old ambulance driver said about his daughter Phyna, who won BBN Nigeria. Before I go any further, big shout out to buydirectfromusa.com. Just type it if you want to get anything from the USA. Just type buy direct from USA.com. Buydirectfromusa.com. Just check it out. Okay? From Amazon, from anywhere. It's just as easy as that. Buy direct from USA.com. Just check it out and order anything you want to from there. Or you can visit them on Instagram, buy direct from USA.com. Anything from a car to car parts to phones to accessories to electronics. By the way, I just ordered something from them, a carbon fiber case. Let me show you guys a carbon fiber case for my Fold 5. So I just ordered this through them, buy direct from USA.com. Very lovely. You can see it's pure carbon fiber. It's a case for my Fold 5. That's the new Samsung Fold 5. So I just ordered that from them, and they always deliver. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Let me now react. First things first. I need us to do away with the first things first. You have no right to call out your child publicly over their money. I'm sorry, but it has come to a point where I'm going to have to address this. I'm changing the way the next generation thinks. This is how our parents thought. So, with all respect, you have no right. If you had told me that you sold your car so that she could enter Big Brother Nigeria and then she came out and didn't give you any money, I might consider it. But that she won 100 million and you now felt that a windfall has come to your family, I'm sorry, or maybe I think differently from the way you guys think, and you have your right not to listen to me, but I personally believe that it is unfair for anybody to call somebody out over their money. It's like my father seeing that I bought a Cartier watch and then he's calling me out that I have money to buy Cartier watch but I don't have money. I will never forgive that kind of thing. Or my mother or anybody, I will never forgive you. But that's me. Maybe I'm extreme. But there's some things that I also try to reject. And I'll explain to you why. This entitlement mentality on our children's money has to stop at one point. Now, on the other hand, Phyna, if you promised your father that you were going to give him money, give him the money. But whether she gives you or not, you have no right to call her out. Do you know what the child is going through? Do you know what the child is going through? Do you know how they're going to troll her? Oh, tomorrow you go buy a house. They say, have you bought your father's car? Do you understand? The girl said something I felt sorry for. I've never met her before. I don't know her from anywhere, but she said something. She tweeted something. She said, in the history of dragging, this is the first time I cried and it touched me. As in, somebody say, why are you talking like this? Please, if you don't like how I'm talking, leave my live channel. I'm here to change the mindset of the future. Yoruba people say, wa jonjomo, and my question is, Dangote in jonjomo. Onjomo melo la denu ganje. Onjomo melo ni Femi Otedola nje. Onjo, how they say, there's a saying that you will eat your children's food. That is, your children will feed you, quote and unquote. Yoruba people say, toketeba dagba, omu omwe, lamu. Also remember that at a point, the same Yoruba people that said this used to draw tribal mark on people's face so that they can recognize them. We are not in that era anymore. We are no longer in the era of entitlement mentality. We are no longer in the era of mismanage your funds mentality and come and help me manage my own. What is culture and what is tradition sometimes oversteps the boundaries. And I think this is unfair. So because I win 100 million naira now, automatically my papa don't go dance for village, say, in don't get. How would I think these things? If inside my 100 million I decide, say, daddy, how are you doing? Take 500,000, use our whole body. I try, you. You'll be amazed that some parents will say inside the whole 100 million, he gave me 500,000. BBN, that is not like his annual salary, a one-off. The child should not plan her life. It is her father's life she should be planning. Please explain this to me. BBN is not monthly salary. It's not annual salary. It's not dividends from any company. It's a one-off. And if you don't manage that one-off well, you will be poor. One of the reasons why many people never took off is when they have their windfall, their family will just drown. Let me tell you, you can never pull everybody out of poverty. You will drown. Do you people actually think 100 million is a lot of money? 100 million is money that people used to buy car. One car. One car. They used to buy watch. It just sounds like a lot of money because we have poverty mentality. 100 million is not that much money. She should be thinking of how to get landed property. When there's no longer Big Brother and she's old and she has nothing to contribute to entertainment again, should she not think of starting a business? Should she not think of buying landed property? Should she not think of planning relocation or getting a foreign degree or even getting another passport? Should she not think of putting it? Is how, if na me be papa and they tell you say sell your motor, I no go sell my motor until I see the new motor wey you wan give me. They tell you say sell the motor, you quickly go sell all your motor. They wait. For me, not vex, oh, not vex, oh. For me, oh, that one no to enter. For me, that one no to enter. Someone said the daughters, if the daughter said, like my daughter now, do you know how many times people have disappointed me? Do you know how many times people have told me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this? And then the person enters the office, you call the person, they will not pick your call again. Do you know how many times? So person tell me saying go do something for my life, then me I will come sit down, they wait for that person to come. She said that if she comes, she'll give his car out to Malams so that they can sell it as part and she'll give him new car. Okay, wait till she comes to give you the new car and then she can give the other cars out. You see, a lot of people lean on honor your father and your mother, honor your father and your mother. I think we also need to honor ourselves so our children can honor us. This is a conversation not many people want to have. We need to honor ourselves so our children can honor us. It's a very, very important philosophy. While we are working and strong, let us fix a future that can benefit us so that we don't have to allow our children to dishonor us. Let me tell you something here. They say respect is reciprocal. Same thing with honor. I'll give you an example. If I went to, who's watching my live now? Let me see somebody here. Who is alive with me here now? Who is here? Simply Vic, are you in the building? God bless. Okay. So imagine I go to Simply Vic's house and I see his wife and she greets me. And I look at her like this. And I hiss. And I go and sit down. If she comes and says, Mister, please leave my house. She has disrespected me, has she not? But what led to that disrespect? Honor yourself so others may honor you. Honor yourself so that others may honor you. Honor yourself. When you don't honor yourself, a friend of mine's father had 3 wives and 17 or 16 children. The moment he finished school, to go to school, his mother sent him to school, more or less. The moment he finished school, his father said that he should start paying the school fees of the younger ones that he's old. He told his father categorically that, Daddy, I'm about to start marriage and have my own family. If you want to have children, be prepared to raise them. Me and you did not have any contract anywhere that I will raise the remaining of your children for you. When you were having them, how did you think you were going to raise them? Oh, you were waiting for me to graduate and get a job. He said 1 naira, say in papa feeding, he calculate them per month. This is how much you need to feed, Abi. And he said the papa feeding, he say, Onjomo, I will give you food so you not be hungry. Your children, go and work and feed them. Only you cannot bring 16 children to the world and expect me to help you raise them. Which day am I going to raise my own? Many of us have sacrificed our, me, I'm not among, me, I'm not like that. You cannot even carry that kind of thing. You cannot. Funny enough, if I come from a polygamous home, if my father's second wife's children need anything, I always allow them to reach me at any time, because my own mentality is actually different. Me, they are my brothers, so if they need something, I'm going to be there for them. But when I'm there for them, whatever I want to give them, I will deduct from whatever I want to give my dad. I put them first, because me, I believe that our parents will go and leave us, and if our family is upside down, me and them are quarreling, is going to be issue. And my younger brothers respect, if I call them, they respect me. If they need anything and it's within my power, I help. If my father calls me and says he needs something, and my younger brother calls me and says he needs something, I give my younger brother first. Me, I invest into the next generation, not into the old generation. I'm sorry, my brain now upside down, the wire arm. Especially when I see that you are doing something. When my younger brother called me and said he's gone to the UK to do his PhD, I said, anything you need, I will support you. Just let me know. I like people that are forward thinking. Only you by yourself find your way to the UK. You do two BSc. You do one master's. Now you do your PhD. That's the future. That's what I should invest in. Not my father's business. It's not that my father comes and says he has this business on. I will sit down, I will count everything I want to count, take care of my children, sort my own self out, and say, okay, this is what's remaining, take. I will not squeeze myself for my father's business. I will squeeze myself for my sibling. That is how I view life. I'm tired of the previous generation leaning on the current generation, and then the current generation, because they did not have time to pick themselves up, they are now going to lean on the next generation. That's why people don't progress. The time the aeroplane is supposed to use to run and the pilot should hold it, the pilots are in the toilet weeing. Which day the aeroplane won't take off? Which day? If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Somebody has sent me money gone. Let me greet the person. User 73422228167. Pop my money guns if you're watching on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. My number one gifter is Miss Jersey. Miss Jersey, follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter if you're watching on TikTok. I know you people might not want to agree with me, but that's how I think. That is how I think. That is exactly how I think, and I'm sorry if it doesn't resonate with you. Please don't be angry. Marilyn Kemui says, Maryline Kemui says, who cares? Why are you on my life if you don't care? Let me break your heart. There are 500 people watching on Instagram, 900 on Facebook, 441 on TikTok, and 167. Everybody that is here is almost 1,500 people. And you're saying, who cares? Use your tongue and count your teeth now. Let me take you a little bit further. So my friend, whose father had 16 children, told his father that he will never raise his father's children. When my friend told me, I said, you're a bit harsh. He didn't say nothing. Then the next thing, Papa saying disown him. For village meeting, as in Papa, they disown him. Into disowning Papa, together they disown themselves. If I say, you are no longer my father from today. Because I refuse to raise your children for you. It's not like you came to me and you said you were sick and I did not give you money. It's not like you came to me and said you were hungry. You went to marry a fourth wife or a third wife in old age. You now had children and I will raise them for you. Please disown me. Please disown me very quickly. I don't have problem with parents being polygamous. But can you please take decisions within the scope of your financial capabilities? Because I don't know how we got here. And I thank God I'm not Nigerian fully, I'm half European. Let me tell you something about my mother's side. I will not let poverty mentality of an African nation that is crawling on his knees. Let me tell you how bad Nigeria is and how bad our mentality is. My father went to school in Romania. He came back in 1979 and he studied for 7 years. So he probably went there in 1972. The time my father was going to Romania, the naira was almost as powerful as the pound and more powerful than the dollar in 1972. The naira was almost as powerful as the pound and more powerful than the dollar. At that time, Romania was third world country. The only place Romanian passport could go was Hungary, that shares border with them. Even that, they might not approve you to enter. My father with Nigerian passport in 1970s will go from Romania to Germany. Romanians could not go to Germany. He will go there on holiday and work. When he comes back, he'll buy electronics, he'll buy things that he will bring to Romania to come and sell. This holiday is in the UK. The next holiday is in Germany. Next holiday is another European country. He will work for a month or 2 months in a cake factory, collect salary, and bring home to Romania so that he has extra money while he's in school. My mother, that was Romanian, could not go to any of these European countries, as how bad Romania was then and how good Nigeria was. Today, with my Romanian passport, I don't need a visa for Canada or Dubai or any part of Europe. They say UK want to introduce ESTA like the one way they do for Canada. You just apply for it online. It costs £5 and they'll give it to you in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to. Romania between 1970 and today went from being a country that could not visit its neighbors to a country that can go to Canada. Nigeria went from a country that could go everywhere with their passport to a country that can go nowhere. We cannot even visit our neighbors. Our mentality is part of the reason why we are like this. The way we think, if you're watching on TikTok, double click that screen, double click the screen, pop my money guns. Double click my screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click my screen if you're watching on TikTok. Part of the reason why we are the way we are, why we are not progressive, is because of our mentality. That is the reason why we are the way we are. Someone says, because you have money, you will ignore your parents. When they call, you refuse to pick their call. That is so disrespectful. When my parents call me, I pick their call if I'm free. I'm not a non-entity. Ask people like Simply Vic, I think Simply Vic is the closest person to me here. Ask him how hard it is to reach me. Me that I'm attending to the whole world. What I call, when I see my dad's call, I make a note to call him back. When I see my mom's call, if she says, pick the phone, it's urgent, then I know that, okay, this is urgent. Or my dad says, pick the phone, it's urgent. But that you called me 2 or 3 times, I can see the phone ringing and not pick it because I can't deal with that right now. I'm in the middle of something else. You raised me to be a responsible child. You raised me to be busy. You raised me to have work. I cannot leave everything I'm doing and be picking your calls. And sometimes 2 or 3 days, sometimes 2 or 3 days I've not called you back. There was a time my mother called me and said, you don't pick my calls. I said, do you pick my own? My mother said, but you know how busy I am, and me, I'm playing. And that's how they answer them back one by one. So me, I'm playing. There was a time I was trying to reach my mother for 2 weeks. I had to call my sister and report. I said, look, I've been calling your mother for 2 straight weeks and we've not been able to talk. Please tell her to pick my call. That's how busy people are. Does not mean we don't love each other. It just shows that there are times when you are busy. Someone said, anybody that you call and picks your call all the time will not think you are serious. The only person's call that I try to pick under any and every circumstance is my wife. That's the only call I must pick under any circumstance. Any other call, we wait until I have the time. So, we saw a video of Phyna buying the father car. What happened to that? And let me now tell you something here. The way we think justifies a lot. I'll give you a story. A friend of mine, popular comedian, I won't mention his name, his sister was almost forced by a guy. What happened was light went. The sister was batting. So light can't go. So while the brothers went to the back to go and on the gen, this guy just enter the house, lock the door, run inside the bathroom, go catch him, go try begin to do strong things. Go try to begin to do strong things. But because they on generator, the girl, they shout, they don't hear. But luckily for her, before the guy could go very far, they don't enter, scatter everywhere, give the guy corporate mending. Come carry the guy, go police. Police mend the guy, throw the guy for sale, they mend the guy. 1 week later, they go there. Now the police, they tell us, Tony, the one way una flog and no reach. Hey, let me darigin, I don't get forgiveness. This thing, if now abroad, if I still dey galloting now, because of abroad mentality and how abroad people think. That guy go still dey galloting now. 1 week, he no reach 2 weeks. Police don't begin, they follow the beg. Mentality. When we're growing up, one of my cousins came from America to visit us in Nigeria. He can't hear say the first one, babe. They can't arrest the guy. 2 weeks later, they free the guy. The guy no talk, say, boy, say, now wow. So they don't free the guy, the family don't settle. The family don't settle. He no talk. Then he followed me to work. Then on my way back, there was a mob gathering. Before you know it, they don't get petrol, come pop petrol for the guy body, light the body. My cousin say, wetin happen? They say, in one thief downfall. My cousin do like this. Say, upside down people. In America, you thief motor. They go release you after 2 weeks. Unless you don't, they do them, they come. Nothing where you say you thief motor where they go give you firing score. Unless you carry, you buy person. But you see that girl where you force. Where they allow you go home after 2 weeks. 8 years later, you still there behind the bar. Do you know how many men are behind the bar abroad? Say, they lie on them, say, na them do them. No be even them do them. Come be the one where they catch you. They carry the girl, put swab inside. Then start, they see your DNA inside. Tie bon. Tie bon. He get one story where I hear. They say That's why they say e no good make you dey use rubber dey throw away. Say the guy dey jealous him friend. I don't forget which country, whether na Philippines or one of those countries. He and him friend enter Yankee together. You understand? And enter the country together. In friend they do well, he know they do well. He can't be jealous in friend. Now so he can't reach one stage. The guy can't look and say, he go do the friend strong thing. So him and him friend, you understand, can't go carry Olosho for that country, because now so they take every month, they go just, when they collect their money, they go just go hang out with small Olosho. So him friend can't do him own, throw away the rubber inside dustbin. Shey you know say this guy pick the rubber, can't go force one of their neighbor, can't pour from inside that rubber on his own, can't use am, but he use protection. I don't know what. So when they come, when the matter reach police, immediately they do test kits straight. They were the only two black. The girl said it was a black guy. It was night. She could not. They said they were the two black girls. They brought the two of them, take their DNA, taking friend DNA. Now so they take the friend DNA. The friend DNA match. The friends had an alibi, but the alibi was not watertight. But he had an. The friend still did prison till today. It was when that guy was dying of cancer or dying of cancer. If another person talk, and I go fight the person. Now he confess wetin he do. But guess what? He don't come back Nigeria. They confess. In friends still dey gallo. That is how seriously abroad takes forcing. But Naija, before you know it, their family don't come beg. I grew up in Ibadan. Now, who never see this kind of thing before? Who never see this kind of thing before? Say the first person, then the family come beg. Then sometimes they'll say, "Ma fen you." Sometimes they'll say, "You go marry him." Now, so Bible people talk. The Old Testament say, if you first person, you must marry him. Say una dey hear law. Say una dey hear law. But you see, what I'm trying to bring out with all this is actually very simple. What I'm trying to bring out with all this is actually very, very simple. If you're watching on TikTok, hey. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I don't know what's wrong with my TikTok. I think the numbers are hanging. Okay, it's working. Oh yeah, follow my number one gifter. I'm about to get out of your face. I have a meeting. Follow my number one gifter. If you're watching on TikTok, follow my number one gifter. So the mentality we have, if person win big money now, and he no sort out all in papa and in mama problems, the person a bad person. Have you said that? You see, my problem is poverty no good though. Olorun Obangbo, poverty no good. You see 100 million, you believe say 100 million, 100 million cannot, 100 million is not the kind of money you win and then you resign and say, that kind of money is like $20 million. Say somebody give me $20 million now, if you resign, I say, okay, my problems for life are solved. My financial problems for life are 100 million naira is literally $100,000. Let me break it down to you. That's a nurse's salary in a year. A good nurse in a well-paying job in America, about what a nurse will earn in a year. And they are not giving it to you annually. They are giving it to you as a one-off. Do you know how many people left the Big Brother house and were not able to achieve anything afterwards? Someone said the money is even 50 million, not even 100 million. 50 million is not even up to the kind of money we used to buy a car. And then all of a sudden, person head go begin boss, say, hey, they don't see money. 100 money is big money to you if you are poor. It's big money to you. If you are not poor, you can't buy my house for 100 million. How you want to see them? Who wants to sell land to you? Even if you carry gun and go the place, they no give it to you at 100 million. You can't. You can't. You can't walk into a Rolex shop with 100 million and begin to be picking. Yes, you can buy 1 or 2 watches, but that you will go there and you will buy 2 gold Rolex is not possible. Even 1 billion is not the kind of money that you will make and you think that, I no need to work again. Hungry go meet you for road. Though. Most of the people here that are watching me from abroad are earning more than 100 million a year. Most of the people here somebody say 2024 GLE is more than 100 million. 2022 GLE, go and price in the cash shop, you can't get it less than 110 million. Try it now. Even 2021 GLE, you can't get it less than 100 million. You are saying 2024 GLE is like 180 million. 2021 GLE 53, go and price in any cash shop. If you get it less than 100 million, I will clap for you. I can start calling car dealers now one by one. Say how far you get 2023 GLE 53. Waiting be the mileage. How much? You see that no car dealer will give it to you less than. Like 100 million. So when you speak of 100 million, it sounds like a lot to person who never get money before. But when you actually start applying it to modern day problems, you cannot win Big Brother and go and live inside the mirror. Sometimes there's some money like that 100 million money, and not money with it to me sometimes looks like punishment. Because you can't start, it's not the kind of money, like 1 billion now, you can start a business, buy property abroad, even if not small property, buy property for Nigeria. At least if you carry 150 million naira, you go buy property for Nigeria. If you carry 300 million, you buy 2, where they decent. You go abroad, maybe with 300 million for some parts of abroad, if you buy 1 property. If you buy car, maybe 50 million, you buy something reasonable. Then carry the rest. Go do business or go invest or do whatever it is you want to do. You can't do that with 100 million naira. 100 million naira, it's not like you can, some people can take that 100 million naira and turn it to 15 billion. Some people get them as gift. But I say this all the time. I say this all the time. If you don't have business sense, continue your job. Some people come and tell you, oh, only dumb people work for salary. One business no easy. 70% to 80% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years. Hey, you want to go and run business? Make taste boss sit down with you, tell you waiting and eye they see. And they look taste boss like winch sometimes. I say, you, this thing you are doing, me, I can never do it. I can't run a business. How? It is so bad now that sometimes taste buds know they sleep for night. Then she has to deal with quality control. She has to deal with human relations. She has to deal with employment. She has to deal with the supply chain. She has to then supply chain. If they use one person, after like 3 months, the person will begin cheat you. You have to change supplier, change this, change that. Then you buy equipment no go work. Then you go buy another one. Then vendors, then clients. Some clients will call, will say, in order the food since yesterday. The food came yesterday, but he forget to put on for fridge. You never see the kind of things. Then you have to answer, you have to put people in place to watch over this. You have to put other people in place to watch the people that are watching over the thing. If you not run mad, now small like this, now it will remain. So a lot of people tell you quit your job and start a business. One day, if you not get business sense, not quit your job. Oh. Some of you just get good jobs. Some of you try multiple streams of income. Some of you try more than one job. Some of you try other things. No listen to motivational speaker wey go tell you your job. If you work your job, quit your job. Motivational speaker no go come feed you for your house when hungry come. Business is like singing. Business is like singing. The way Michael Jackson take make am, you go think say na so. If you get Michael Jackson voice, you go. I'll tell you this story as I'm leaving because I have to attend to something. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Genuine, the artist Genuine, came to Nigeria in 2004, I think. And he performed. That was like the first international artist I watched. He performed. Everything was nice. And then when he finished, he now said he was going to introduce his backup singers. Omo, come and hear voices. One guy came, fat guy like this. The guy began to sing. Omo, the guy sing, carry octave, change octave, change octave. Omo, everybody scatter. Till today, that guy no blue. Till today, that guy no blue, but Portable blue. That's how business is. The fact say you get idea or you get talent or mean say you go blue. My former boss has like 30 businesses. Inside the 30 businesses, 5 are doing super well, 5 are breaking even, 5 are struggling, and maybe another 5 are relying on the other ones to survive. 5 will do exceptionally well. 5 will barely break even. 5 will run at a small loss. The other 5 will be hopeless. As they make this money, will they use and they take care of this. As they make this money, will they use and they take care of this. Then once in a while, one of those ones that is doing super well will drop, and one of the ones that is doing poorly will rise. Sometimes that one that is doing poorly no go rise until one day you go just vex, say you no do again, close am. The level of talent and endurance you need to run this, no be everybody get them. So 100 million naira no be the kind of money where if you win your life go change. You get a new car, you might get a house, maybe not in a choice part of Lekki, maybe somewhere further down. I'm sure if you carry 60 million naira, go Aja, you go buy, at least you go own house. You go be like, say, okay, house dey your name. You understand? And you go buy car, at least if you carry 15 million naira, you go buy car with decent. If you hold 20 million, you go buy a car with more decent than the 15 million naira own. But to buy a car from 2018 and above, you need at least 25 million. And if you are entering inside Benz range, begins to start looking at 40 million and above. Old GLE, go see I'm less than 40 million. Old GLE, coupe. Old GLE, normal GLE, if you see 30 million, 28 million. So, at the end of the day, let's not be too hard on these big brother people. Someone say 100 million are big money. If 100 million are big money to you, you be poor man. No vex, you are broke. If 100 million is big money to you, you are broke. Because you think of Surulere side, okay, you go buy a house 4 million, is big money. But for somebody that one big brother, if you want to go abroad, you want to relocate abroad, now you go realize 100 no be big money. But if you want, it's something, but it's not that. Let me explain to you. Yeah, if you have 100 million, you put it down. If you go relocate abroad to Canada, for instance, you are better off than someone that does not have 100 million, because you'll be able to put a down payment on a house. So you'll be able to do something. But why I'm saying this particular 100 million, someone is saying, why is GLE so expensive in Nigeria than the amount in the US? First of all, when you buy it in the US, you will ship it and you will clear it. When you buy it in the US, you only buy it, you don't ship it, you don't clear it. Secondly, a lot of you go to wrecked car sites to go and buy car. What they call them? Auto, where is that place? Where did they junkyard? So you go there like say they cheap. Then some of you go to cars.com or Auto Trader and you will run, let's say you run Mercedes S-Class 2018. Then as it come, you go just look that cheapest one. They say that's the price. No. Add $10,000 to the cheapest one. That's the price. Copart, God bless you. Go auction. Auction good for Toyota. Auction no good for Mercedes. Auction no good for Range Rover. Now try your luck. If you carry and come now, CarMax. Now when you bring them come, if you I feel buy car what they call them auction. If I feel buy auction car for America, if I get problem, I carry and go there. You carry that car come Nigeria. You go carry your daughter, give mechanic last. For this Nigeria. For this Nigeria. Then another thing is people just go, they look at the cheapest. Some even don't go to Copart. No, they will just go normal Auto Trader. Just run S-Class 2018. Enter. Then they'll go price ascending or price lowest to highest. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you don't know that sometimes you click on that car and you check accident report. You will see at least one accident. Let's just try it. Any car you see that is the cheapest, or the car is cheap and the mileage is low and everything looks okay, just click on it. Run the accident report. You'll see say that car, they flood. One of my guys, now so you see car way cheap. Now you run. Now you call this girl with the sell car, Renee. Say, Renee, help me check this car. This car is so cheap. I want to buy it. Now Renee just use her code, take run am. The car came black, flood damaged. The car sat in a flood for like 4 days. For your mind, the car get low mileage. The worst car to buy in this life now, flood motor. Go, Agbanon, you go worship him like shrine. You go pop palm oil on top of him. You go pour money inside. The car go just come on. Someone said this kind of conversation is the reason why youths are becoming impatient and rushing things. Wait for your time. Hustle. Hustle. Emmanuel, waiting they paying you. Someone said that if he's not talking to the lower class. I was lower class one day. I just decided that I was not going to be lower class for the rest of my life. You can make that decision today. And 5 years from now, you might not be lower class again. No vex, Facebook. I know they use and spite you. I was lower class before. I did not start upper class or middle class or any class where you won't give me. I started from the ground, the zero. But you see, as I did that floor, when I was the poorest in my life, I did reject poor people things. My eye, they say this is not going to be the condition of my life. This is not going to be the condition of my life. Somebody just came here, type Instagram lawyer. I just rapture him. If you want your current situation to be your permanent situation, keep saying that if he's not talking to the lower class. Remove yourself from lower class. Remove yourself from lower class by removing your mind first. It doesn't start with the body, it starts with the mind. I remember when I was poor, when my salary was 20,000 naira, I wear my clothes one day, spray my perfume, drive, go cause charity, begin price BMW. The things are mad. Of course, the people selling the BMW were nice to me, showed me everywhere, showed me the cars. I could not afford it then. But who says I cannot go there now? But there was a time in my life I could not afford it. And I could not afford it for another 10 years after that day. It wasn't automatic. It was a lot of hard work. Taste boss, they always yap me, say, why you they check watches where cost? If as a day like this, I go check Richard Mill's site, go to check their watches of $600,000. Taste boss asked me why. I say, so that the day I have $600,000, I know what to do with it. I'll not be confused. I know where to go. If you give me $1 million now, I know how to spend them. No, I don't get problem. I know who they sell Ferrari. I know who they import them. I know who they clear them. I know where they sell Rolex. I know where they sell Hublot. I know where they sell land for Banana Island. I know how they build house for Banana Island. I get everything, and the money never just complete. Any day the money completes, everything starts to fall into place. Because I'm at one level does not mean I'm seeing at that level and I'm doing like this. No, I'm looking at the next level and I'm working towards it. I'm not greedy. Point of correction, some of you mistake greed for need. I am not greedy. I am not greedy. Neither am I needy. Remove yourself from a place of being needy, meaning you are working hand to mouth. And remove yourself from being greedy, so that you don't take your children and go and used to do ritual, or you go and do something and compromise yourself. No. Train your mind. I can tell you from my life, it worked out for free. It worked out for free. It worked out for me. There were times when I was earning, I could barely feed. I did not look at my present. I looked at my possibilities. Mind work, hard work. Mind work, hard work. Mind work, hard work. Mind work, hard work. Let me teach you how to train your mind. Training your subconscious. This is very important. It works wonders. Tomorrow in service, I was planning to teach people. Something, and that is a Bible passage that might help you with this. Natural Gambia, can you read Bible for me? This was not meant to be a Bible class. So forgive me. But I want to back this up with scripture. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Pop my money guns. You guys are not popping my money guns. Happy birthday to my darling sister. Follow my number one gifter on TikTok. It's okay. Do you have a Bible with you? Just one Bible verse.
Okay.
Where is Ada blessing? I never see my Pekin. No.
Wait, they come.
Is Ada here?
I get laptop here. No trouble.
Okay. Matthew chapter 5. Guys, please, I need you to pay attention to this.
Yeah, sorry. When I know that soon. Let me stop charging
Matthew
it.
chapter 5.
Please.
Hmm.
Okay, just for me. Hmm? Uh,
Hey,
right.
Adadide, how are you, my darling? If I don't see you, I go ask of you,
I guess
Ada.
you come there. Let me greet her because she did well for me yesterday.
Yes, so happy birthday
She
in
really tried.
advance, my darling sister.
Thank you, boss. Thank you so much. Okay, Matthew 5.
Can you read
Da, da, da.
from verse 43 till I just tell you to stop? This is all. It's not plenty Bible, just small Bible. I just want you to explain something.
No wala, sir.
From
Now
verse
come.
43.
Okay. 43.
Yes.
You have heard the law that says, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say, love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you will be acting as true children of your Father in heaven. For he gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the just and the unjust alike.
Stop.
If you love
Stop.
only those...
Stop. He says, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say, love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you'll be true children of your Father in heaven. For he gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good, and sends his rain on the just and the unjust. That's the part I want us to talk about. That favor of the Old Testament, where God go bless David, in no go bless Saul, does not work in the New Testament. This is Christ speaking. Christ is superior to Moses. He's superior to David. We are not Davidians or Mosesians. We are Christians. This is directly from the mouth of Christ. He said, God gives his sunlight to the just, to the good, and to the evil. He will still give that evil person sunlight. You don't ever see where person wicked so the sun no dey shine for a house. You don't ever see him before. Say person wicked so the rain no dey fall for a house. Rain go fall for the whole area, no go fall reach a house. So what am I trying to tell you here is, instead of praying for favor, pray to God to give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so you will know what to use the sun and the rain for. He has already provided it for you. Whether you are just or you are unjust, whether you are good or you are evil, he has provided the raw material for you. That is why a country like China that does not believe in our God, the highest population of China are either atheists or agnostics, or they believe their government is their God. They are the ones feeding the whole world. This Apple iPhone 15 that we are feeling very good is assembled in China, most part. Same thing with the Samsung. Whether they are just or they are unjust, whether they are good or they are evil, whether they believe in God or not, he has already provided the resources for them, the sun and the rain. That is why sometimes people that don't believe in God understand the resources, while you that have 5 churches on every street, you don't know what to do with the resources. So let me start by teaching you how to train your mind. First things first, look for something that you like that is out of your reach. It might be a car, it might be a house, it might be a business, it might be a relocation plan, it might be a something that costs money that you like but is way out of your reach. You know you cannot save up for it on your current income. I'm not talking of iPhone 5 or iPhone 15. No, I mean like maybe a Ferrari or a Banana Island home or something that you know you cannot afford. Buy a book on that thing. That's one thing. Start with one thing. It can be a Rolex watch. It can be land in the UK. It can be a farmhouse. It can be a condo. Just something that you personally like. Some people don't like motor. They like house. Some people don't like house. Like me, I don't like house. I don't like to get house big. I like to get motor nice, watch nice. Do you understand? Of course, I can have some investment properties, but I don't dream of house. I dream those things that make me want to go and work. Get one of them. Now, there's a difference between you being greedy, there's a difference between you not being content with what you have, and there's a difference between you aspiring. So go and read about it. What you are doing is you are training your mind to accommodate it. Go and read about it. Say na Ferrari. Go to the shop, drive your car, go to the shop, go and collect their brochure, read it. Ask questions like you own it. So if I have this car, how many times a year do I need to service it? What kind of oil? Drive to the garage that services Ferrari and say, you're thinking of buying a Ferrari. I'm just using Ferrari as an example. I'm thinking of buying a Ferrari. What is the maintenance like? What are the things I need to? You'll be amazed that the mechanic will talk to you, will tell you, this thing is, you have to be changing this one every 3 months. So, but this particular one, they will clean it for you to work. You are accommodating it in your mind. Your mind is more powerful than you can imagine. If you understood your mind, your prayer point will reduce. Your mind can heal you. Your mind can uplift you. Your mind can cure you. There's so much your mind can do, but the problem is we don't tap into it. I'm not saying be greedy. Now, let me now tell you how your mind works. Just the way if you are sitting down, the way your reflex actions have been built. If you hear ole, 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 you go run. Abi? If you hear bola, you will take cover. Abi?
Yes.
But if you hear a bird crying, or you say, oh, what a cute bird. If life was flipped and the sound of this thing, bola, bola, na music, but the bird they cry means say somebody go buy. Anytime you hear bird cry, you go begin to worry. Anytime you hear that one, you go begin to dance. Your brain, without you thinking, can recognize danger. Without you thinking, if you are walking down the road and you see a dead rat, you go just avoid the dead rat, the waka they go. Abi, you not even remember you saw it, but you no go catch him now. Your brain, but as the waka they go, if you see $100, your brain no go tell you say that looks like $100. It is $100. As you don't see him, you don't suggest say, oh, $100 with this. So in your subconscious, your brain is still processing information. So when you are starting to accommodate things into your mind that normally you could not accommodate before, as you are walking past business, it's just like your iPhone. Have you noticed that anytime you say, like me and my wife are talking about sugar, or let's stop drinking this to watch our sugar, iPhone go begin to give you Instagram account of diets. iPhone go, just watch them. iPhone, because it can pick, they say it cannot pick, it's a lie. Just have it, as we get conversation, just leave another phone down, then go the Instagram account of that phone. You go just begin to see things like what they talk about. If we're talking about real estate is a good, just go to your iPhone, just be seeing house go begin to pop. That's exactly how your mind works. You will be walking past businesses normally, but because your brain wants to accommodate a car that you cannot afford, those businesses that you'll have walked past go begin to minister to you, because your brain, even while you are asleep, is still working. So your brain is prodding you towards that thing which will not have prodded you towards before, but because you have given your brain assignments, okay, I want to drive this car and I don't have the money. Your brain don't look your finances, say, if you want to drive this car, Rita, if Rita want to drive this car, be like 25 years from now. So Rita go dey worry about him. Say, as I no get this car, I'm not happy. The brain go come, they see, as you are worrying, you are giving your brain assignment. So your brain is now going to say, okay, if Rita actually does this course, and if Rita actually buys this Bitcoin, and if Rita actually invests in this property in this part of the UK, in 5 years, the returns from all those could give her money that she could use to do this other business. You'll be amazed that everything will start panning out for you, little by little, little. And one day you find yourself in front of the car shop and you wonder, I feel buy this motor. How? Your mind. That's why poverty is so dangerous. It is a canker worm that eats your mind. It is a canker worm that eats your mind. I was watching that girl, that content creator. She said she makes between 5 million and 60 million a month. She's that girl that said that if her husband is not richer than her, she's not interested, something like that. A lot of people were saying it's not possible. You'll be amazed. Content creators can make as much as 60 million naira in a month. Some can make 5 million, some can make 2 million, some can make 1 million. So you'll be amazed. But once you start opening your mind to those possibilities, you will see that you are beginning to gravitate in thoughts towards those possibilities. Never limit your mind. You can limit your body, but don't limit your mind. Allow your mind to roam free. Go to a private jet lounge. If you can enter, sit down. Even if you don't have a private jet in your life, let your mind start accommodating things. It helps. Ashmusi, that's the girl's name. So that's as far as I can go. I'm going to come back a little later. I've got some more gist for you, but this was a bit of motivation. Phyna, take care of your father so he will not come and complain. Daddy, please don't be waiting at the column entitled to your daughter's money. It's her money, not yours. If it were your money, go to the bank and say you want the bank to give you the money. Let's see what will happen. Abi, if it were your money, go to her bank and say, my daughter won 100 million. She did not give me the 100 million. I want 20 million inside. And let's see what the bankers will tell you. If you cannot go to the bank to collect the money, then it is not your money. Whatever she gives you, be satisfied. I encourage her to take care of you, but I also encourage you not to be entitled to her money. Take care, everybody. God bless. I love you all. See you later.
Bye, boss.
Rita Gambia. Rita Costa.